Reproduction in plants. Flower is the main reproductive organ of the plants. It consists of calyx, corolla, androecium, and gynoecium. Calyx and corolla are accessory whorls, where androecium and gynoecium are reproductive whorls. It is also known, androecium, also known as male reproductive whorl. It has individual members, stamen. Its stamen consists of anther and filament. Gynoecium, which is the female reproductive system. Its individual member is carpel or pistil. Carpel or pistil consists of stigma, style, ovary, and ovary consists of ovule. Reproduction in plants is of two types: asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction is done by androecium and gynoecium, that is, male and female reproductive system, respectively. Reproduction in plants. Reproduction in plants is for reproduction we require haploid sex cells. Sex cells are also known as gamete, or sperm and ova or ovum are sex cells in humans. If the gamete is diploid, reproduction is not possible. Stigma will accept the pollen grain of same species only. The interaction between stigma and pollen grain is also known as pollen pistil interaction. Male gamete and female gamete, which are haploid, gives us zygote, which is diploid. Male. In male, we will study these. This is a flow chart of formation of male gametes and of female gametes respectively. We will study these flow charts in detail. Male reproductive system. Male reproductive system consists is androecium. We know. Androecium individual member is stamen, which consists of anther filament. Anther has 4 microsporangia, which has MMC or PMC. We will study what is MMC and PMC. Now, MMC and PMC give rise to microspore or pollen grain, which further give rise to male gamete. The process of producing microspore, that is pollen grain, from the microspore mother cell, that is MMC and PMC, is known as microsporogenesis. This one. Anther. Now we will study each part of the male reproductive system. Anther. It is a bilobe structure. It has 2 lobes, one ear and one ear. It has 4 microsporangia, therefore tetramicrosporangia. Each lobe has 2 microsporangia, that is, this is one lobe, it has 2 microsporangia. Hence, the whole anther has 4 microsporangia, therefore tetramicrosporangia. These 2 microsporangia later on fuses on maturing. These locule or microsporangia on fusing are known as theca. These 2 fuses to form theca. Therefore, anther is dithecous. These 2 fuses and these 2 fuses. This forms 2 thecas, therefore dithecous. Walls of anther. Anther has 4 walls. First, epidermis, which is the outer layer. Epidermis. Then the endothecium, that is the second outer layer. Endothecium. Then the middle layer. It can be multi-layer. Actually, middle layer is multi-layer and helps in the formation of thecas. Tapetum, which is the inner layers and is surrounded around specific microsporangia only. Epidermis, endothecium and middle layers forms protective walls around the microsporangia or anther. Tapetum which is surrounded around specific microsporangia, has two functions: nourishment and secretory nourishment. It nourishes the pollen mother cell or sporogenous tissues which is inside the tapetum, and it secretes sporopollenin which form exine. Microsporangia. Microsporangia, also known as pollen sac, locule, or pollen chamber, is present inside the tapetum. It is also known as sporogenous tissue. Why? We will know. Each microsporangia has many microspore mother cell, which is MMC, or pollen mother cell, which are PMC. Here it is a microsporangia. It consists many such MMC or PMC which are diploid. One MMC is a spore, and such many more spore forms comes together to form a sporogenous tissue. Male reproductive system. Now pollen grain. Pollen grain is also known as male gametophyte or microspore. Its outer layer of pollen grain is known as exine, which is made up of sporopollenin, which is secreted by tapetum. It is discontinuous, that is, has spores. Second, entine, which is the inner layer. Inner layer. It is made up of cellulose and pectin. It is continuous, that is, do not have pores. Germ pores, the pores are exine. These pores are known as germ pores. Germ pores around exine are known as germ pores. Monocote has one single pore on them, hence known as uniporate, and dicots have three pores, therefore triporate. It has generator cell which generates male gametophyte or male gamete. It also has this is generative cell and this is vegetative cell, which help in nourishment and growth of generative cell, and also helps in formation of pollen tube. Now, generative cell undergo mitosis twice, that is two times, to give rise to two male gamete. It we here it is a note that pollen gamete are released. Pollen gametes are released in two cell stage, not three cell stage. That is, it is released when these generative cells do not have not undergone the mitosis. Next, the secretion of stigma releases secretion which helps in the formation, which is absorbed by this pollen grain, and pollen grain extends further into style. That is, pollen grain releases vegetative cell which further extend into the style to form and forms the pollen tube. Vegetative cell which reaches the pollen tube is known as tube nucleus. Now we will study male reproduction, that is for process of formation of male gamete. Male gamete reproductive part, anther, has two lobes. Each lobe has two microsporangia, and anther has four microsporangia. Each microsporangia has many microspore mother cell or MMC, which are diploid. These MMC undergoes meiosis to produce four or tetrad of microspore or pollen grain. This is one microspore, and these are tetrad. These four pollen grain will undergo mitosis. Now these four tetrad of pollen grain will undergo mitosis. Each, that is one pollen grain, will undergo mitosis twice and give rise to two male gametes. And as there are four, it will give rise to 8 male gametes. Female reproductive system. Female reproductive system of plants consists of stigma, style, and ovary. We know ovary consists of ovules which are attached to placenta. Funicle, which is the which is in the form of stalk, connects ovule to the placenta. If the funicle is present, it is known as funiculated ovary, and if it is absent, it is known as sessile ovary. Female reproductive system. Now we will study about parts of female reproductive system. First, ovary, which is also known as integumented megasporangium and integumented nucellus. It has megasporangium. Ovule has only one megasporangium, unlike anther, which has four microsporangium. And ovule contains megasporangium, not microsporangium. Megasporangium, also known as nucellus, has many megaspore mother cells, which are MMC, which are diploid. Nucellus or megasporangium is surrounded by two layers, internal layer, inner integumente, and external layer, outer integumente. See, this is megasporangia. This one is inner integumente, which is close to the megasporangium, and this one is known as, which is attached to inner integumente, is known as outer integumente. The opening on the upper end is known as micropyle, and at the base end is known as chalaza, or base of the ovule, we can say it is known as chalaza. Ovule is attached to the funicle. We know ovule is attached to the funicle. The point of attachment, that is point of attachment of ovule body to funicle, is known as hilum. Now there are three types of ovules: orthotropous, anatropous, and hemitropous. In orthotropous, micropyle, megasporangium, chalaza, hilum, and funicle are in straight line. In case of anatropous, the ovule body is bent at 180 degrees. Angiosperms has anatropous ovule. In case of hemianatropous, the ovule body is bent at 90 degrees. Female reproduction. Now we will study the process of formation of female gamete. Female reproduction has part is known as ovary, which consists of ovule. Ovule has one megasporangium. Megasporangium has many more megaspore mother cells. This is megasporangium, which consists of many more megaspore mother cells, which are MMC, and are diploid in nature. One of the MMC towards the micropyle end. Imagine it is, this one is the micropyle end and this one is the chalazal end. The one at the micropyle end undergoes a differentiate, that is matures, and undergoes meiosis to form 4 megaspores, which are haploid. 3 of them at the towards the micropyle end degenerates, and one at the chalazal end survives. Female reproduction, the megaspore which do not degenerate undergo mitosis 3 times, which produces 8 nuclei. Here, the megaspore which do not degenerate, which is towards the chalazal end, undergoes mitosis, and it produces 8 nuclei. It does not undergo cytokinesis, that cell formation doesn't take place. Till now, only nuclei are divided. Nucleus is divided, forming 8 nuclei. Here, the 4 of the 8 nuclei are arranged towards the chalazal end, and 4 of them towards the micropyle end, which this cell or this structure undergoes rearrangement too, in which one nuclei from both the chalazal and micropyle end comes towards the center, forming center cell, which undergoes cytokinesis and forms 7 cells. The center cell, which has The center cell, which has two nuclei, is known as polar nuclei. The nuclei at the chalazal end forms the antipodal, and the outer and inner cell at the micropyle end forms the synergids. The middle cell is female gamete, which fuses with the male gametophyte to form zygote. Here, the nuclear chalazal end forms the antipodal. The outer and inner cell at the end forms synergids. And the cell between two synergids is known as female gamete, which fuses with the male gamete to form zygote. The cell at the center, which has two nuclei, are known as polar nuclei. Later, the polar nuclei fuses to form secondary nucleus. The cell structure is known as embryo sac or female gametophyte. Now, entry of pollen tube into ovule. The male gametes in plant are non-motile and therefore the gamete are transported till the ovule through the pollen tube. This condition is known as syphenogamy. The male gamete in plants are non-motile, but in case of humans, it is motile. Hence, to transfer this male gamete towards the to the female gamete for fusion and formation of zygote, pollen tube helps in that case. Pollen tube helps in transportation of male gamete towards the female gamete for fusion, and this phenomena is known as syphenogamy. There are three types of syphenogamy. When the pollen tube enters the ovule through the micropyle end, it is known as porogamy. That is, when it directly enters through the micropyle end, it is known as porogamy. In case of chalazogamy, it travels through the chalaza and enters through the micropyle end only, but it travels through the chalazal end. And in case of mesogamy, it travels through the integumental layers of the ovule and enters through the micropyle end. When the pollen tube enters the ovule through the micropyle end, it is known as progamy. When the pollen tube enters the ovule through the synergid cells by traveling through the chalaza, it is known as chalazogamy. And when the pollen tube enters the ovule through synergid cells by traveling through the integumental layer, is known as mesogamy. Remember that pollen tube enters through synergid cells only, but the mode of traveling through the ovule layer is different. Double fertilization. Double fertilization. The pollen tube enters the synergid cell and releases two gametes. One of the this is the pollen grain, which on absorbing the secretion of stigma forms the pollen tube, which enters through the micropyle end and synergids and releases two male gametes. One of the two male gametes toward the egg cell of female gametophyte move towards the egg cell or female gamete and fuses with its nucleus. The process of fusion of two gametes is known as syngamy. As there are two male gametes, one of them fuses with the egg cell to form, or which is also known as female gamete, to form zygote. And this process is known as syngamy. The other male gamete, we know there are two male gametes, one fuses with egg cell and the other one fuses with the center cell, which has two polar nuclei. We know that polar nuclei is diploid 2n and male gamete is haploid. Hence it forms triploid, that is, it has three nuclei. As there are three nuclei, which it forms primary endosperm nucleus, which is a three nucleated structure. As it has fusion, as there is a fusion of three nuclei, it is termed as triple fusion. Since two type of fusions takes place, syngamy and triple fusion in the embryo sac, The phenomena is termed as double fertilization, as there is मम्मा बैटरी आण ना चार्जर कंप्यूटर लॅपटॉप सुयश दे लवकर कनेक्ट पण करून दे ना जरा कनेक्शन कसं करणार काय हा या साईडला पूर्ण रस्ता नाही केला मग तिथे बसणार कशी उडणार कशी उडते The pollen tube enters as there is two fusion takes place, syngamy and triple fusion in the embryo sac. This one is embryo sac, we know. There are two fusions, syngamy, which is fusion of gametes, that is male gamete and female gamete, and fusion of polar nuclei and male gamete. There are two fusions, hence it is known as double fertilization. Post-fertilization. After fertilization, that is after formation of zygote and primary endosperm nucleus, it is known as after fertilization. Zygote develops into an embryo, which gives rise to new plant body. And the center cell after triple fusion, that is triple fusion, becomes primary endosperm cell, PEC, which has primary endosperm nucleus. This PEC later develops into endosperm. These endosperm develops and provides nutrition to the embryo, which is developed in developing stage. Thank you.